Welcome to it.
Only if it's a foreign government.
Okay. That can be arranged.
Okay.
Welcome
I'm gonna
back.
say simp on your stream and get you banned.
We're live. If I get banned.
Oh, good.
Oh
Hi,
my
Twitch.
god.
Hi,
Hey,
Twitch.
Twitch.
Hi, Twitch.
Hey.
Long time no see, Twitch.
Yeah, long time no see. It's been a couple weeks. Sorry about that. A little unplanned vacation. But yeah, we're back. Who wants to take us through a little rundown of last session?
Jesus Christ.
Let's see.
Last session, everything happened all at once.
Essentially.
And also I bought pastries.
Pastry's the most important thing. What
And
my
breakfast
The rest of it doesn't
burritos.
matter. We don't need to talk about the rest of it. All that matters is the breakfast burritos.
We were doing talking. We saw. Well, at the beginning, we encountered Bree and Knight Bennu, and the bear whose name is Valdi.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a guest.
Correct.
That's Bree is Molly, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I sure hope so.
Okay. Cool.
And we stayed at the Blue Yam Inn, I believe.
Again.
Yet again. Yeah.
I went and bought some. Willow and Ellie went out to go get some spell scrolls. I know Bree found a job posting. I don't remember what Journey was doing, and I didn't write it down.
I think Journey was just walking about.
Journey
Okay.
was. Yeah.
Oh, no, or Journey was
Milling.
in his room.
Mm-hmm.
Milling
Mhm.
about.
Yeah, several messages. I can't read them because my eyes are glazing over the text.
Ellie messaged Gail
Yep.
that
Yes.
we're safe. I messaged Dora, who said that she is gonna be in or was it Inofa for
Yeah.
a while,
For the season.
and told us where to find her. Then I messaged on Fallen. We determined that the Fey Lord is almost definitely Alion, a figure from On Fallen's past. And then I messaged my mom, who's alive and in Ferry.
Yep.
Yes.
I'd forgotten that shit.
Oh. Yep.
It's been weeks, folks.
It has been 2 weeks. It has been specifically 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I was listening back to the episode. I literally could not listen to that part.
Ugh.
Like,
That's
it
how you know
was
it's good.
genuinely upsetting just even listening to it.
I listened to it a lot and I clipped it, so we have it now. I almost used it for the audio I made. I did not.
Yeah.
God, I'm so excited for this.
And then we
Claude.
went and
So
found some
excited.
Fey creatures.
I'm working on it right now.
We had she's
We found-
trapped in autumn.
Yeah, she's in
Yeah.
Autumn Court.
Okay. And there was fey creatures that are a trouble thing for the city.
There was an
Yep.
owl Fey, and there was a satyr.
Giant hulking satyr.
Yeah.
I believe
Big
the
boy.
owl Fey. I don't remember what it was exactly. I didn't write it down. It said something about looking for Willow.
Yeah, we will find.
We're looking
will-
for someone like you. Do you know where they
Mhm.
are? I think you do.
And then it was we will take the daughter of Lord Unfallen. Something about a gate. There are more. There are so many more. Something along those lines.
And then I told them to finish the job.
Yeah, and they almost did.
They almost did.
Well, yeah, I think they looked like they were gonna try and leave, which we didn't want them to do.
After almost, yeah. They were going to leave. I said finish the job. Then they
Almost
got close.
Yep, they
And-
took you down.
Ellie killed it.
I sure
Yeah.
did. Ellie was angry.
Ellie
So hold on.
Angie.
there
no
was
talk, Ellie Enki.
oh, and there was a summoned fae as well.
Yes.
The owl ranger summoned one.
There was a lot of
Mhm.
summoning.
Yeah. There was a lot
I
of
also
A
summoning.
summoned
lampan.
8 owls.
Summoned a lampan
Mm-hmm.
or lampan. I don't know how it's something.
Yeah, something. That sounds right.
Oh yeah, it was. We'll take the floor to Unfallen. Said multiple times. There are more. Said multiple times. The gate is open. Said multiple times. It's just these folks were a fan of repeating themselves.
Yep.
It's because I'm a fan of repetition in literature.
Because it makes it
'Cause it's
ominous.
big sexy.
It's sexy.
Yeah.
It lets the reader know what's important.
And it also makes it funny spell-like.
Mm.
And the last note I have is dead fae bodies, which is encouraging to see in my notes.
Very encouraging. Yeah,
Just
we
a
will
fun little
jump
thing.
right back in at the end of this
Oh,
combat.
I'm just going to interject to remind Twitch and the audience that it is the 12th of First Sleep.
Thank you for reminding me. Me and Twitch.
Man, I could use that in the Cthulhu game I'm DMing where I can't remember which day of the week it is and it's in normal our time. I'm like, is it Thursday or Friday? Who knows?
I believe it is Friday.
It's still Friday. I actually started writing it down.
So, Twitch, we all leveled up last time. So
Yes.
at the end of this fight, all of us just stand up straighter and flex our muscles and shit like that because we all gained a level.
And we have an important announcement about hit points.
Yes.
What?
Would everyone read out their current hit point count?
Oh God.
Ellie is at 69.
And so is Journey. Journey
Did
is
I
at
have
69
permission
points.
to
You do have permission.
I am also at 69.
Bree is I don't think it's 69, but it's okay. You can
It's kind of a Schrodinger's HP until it's observed. You guys don't know what it is.
It might as well be 69.
Yep.
I can't believe it's not 69.
Anyway, on that note, on that very nice note, let us drop back in. It is right after the battle. You're standing up a little bit straighter, but you've still got still bloody.
Still got beat up.
Still beat up.
So I had call lightning going when we ended. Willow is still standing there with her arm outstretched, calling down lightning on the same spot where that fae died. Until it ends, which is 10 minutes unless somebody interferes.
Yeah. Willow is doing this.
Ellie is sort of also breathing kind of heavily, and watches this happen for a minute, and then goes over to her and just like puts his hand on her outstretched arm and just looks her in the eye.
Journey's gonna head over to Bennu.
There's more of them. That's what they said, right?
Yeah. That's a thing. Okay, well, obviously, next step is to get that information to the rest of the order.
Yes. I'll send the letter.
Absolutely.
And then we have to go to where it is, right? We've got to. That's the next step, is to go. To go.
If we can find out where it is, they were talking about something, but multiple fae gates. We might be able to close the nearest one. I think it's on this continent.
You know how to close a fae gate?
Not a single idea, no. So
We're
probably
not
next step is
closing it.
research.
Bennu's eyes narrow.
Not yet.
We have to
Willow.
close the Fey gate.
I'm going
Otherwise,
through that
there'll
gate.
be an invasion.
There are
Not
Do
multiple-
you
yet.
want there to be?
I'm going through, and I'm coming back. Then you can close it.
Bennu steps up towards Willow.
I'm going to prevent her from doing that. I'm going to put a hand on her shoulder.
What are you doing?
There are multiple steps to this journey. We have one. It doesn't matter which order we do them in. There are many gates to focus on and close. Do you know where the Fey Gate is? Out of curiosity? Because if you do, I'd really like you to share with the class. No, I didn't think so. So, regardless of getting upset about steps several down the line, I think what you should be focused on is the first one.
Doesn't she know?
No.
Makes you so
We
sure.
have an idea. We have an idea it might be in the Sang Isles. Possibly. Oh, fuck, is that a fairy?
No.
Okay,
That's just Bennu's laugh.
okay.
Listen,
Can we
parrots?
pause real quick?
Sure.
Okay, my friend needs to drop off pliers that I lent her, and apparently... Oh, wait, not yet. Never mind.
Oh, no
I'll need
worries.
to disappear in a second.
No worries.
Okay. We'll be ready to pause at a moment's notice.
Okay.
Yeah. Bennu laughs. You want to go to the Sang Isles?
Well, I'd prefer to find a closer location first. Since we have only a vague idea, and that source is not reliable, I prefer to get reliable information.
As do I.
Then that's our first step. Our first step is locating Fey Gates. We know there are multiple, that we have established. I believe 7 was the number bandied about, although my memory could be failing me on that. We have a lot of work to do. First step is identifying the problem.
All right. There are libraries in Gadu.
There are. Also know of someone who is learned, though this is not their area of expertise. I can ask her when we next meet her. The 3 of us, at any rate, had been planning on going south to question her about a number of things we want answered.
Count of Hell, be careful who you travel with. Your friend wants to go to Ferry. Your friend wants to keep the gates open longer than they need to be. I'm taking note of that.
Is that a threat?
That was Ellie, right? Yeah. I can hear things.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Looks at Ellie. Narrows her eyes still. Not yet.
Narrows back.
Not yet. Might not need to be.
Knight Bennu, I would speak with you in private.
Willow turns around and just starts walking away.
I'd certainly like that. And Bennu lets Journey lead her off.
Ellie, go after her.
Yeah. He follows Willow at a distance.
Knight Bennu, you are in danger of upsetting the balance of my allies. Do you have a reason for sabotaging my workings and the people I go to get information of and help? Do you have a reason for airing threats to people and the only purpose of which, publicly instead of in private, would be to undermine my standing.
I don't work for you. I work for
No,
him.
we work together.
I don't know about
We are
that.
supposed to trust each other's judgment. That is the oath we swore.
I don't like them. They're friends. Forgive me.
You don't have to like them. I do not. The complexities. Journey
An invasion
takes a
from
couple
Ferry
deep breaths.
is on the horizon. It is coming. Duke Elagos has warned us of this, and you work with those of
I
Ferry?
warned Duke Elagos of many things. You are a Knight of the Order of Desolation. You have my trust until the point you start sabotaging my activities with no knowledge of what they are. Could you think of any possible reason I might want to be close to someone who has knowledge of Ferry? Can you think of any possible reason I might find it useful to have that person's trust? I can think of any number of reasons. Especially given the circumstances we are facing. Most important of all, this group lets me gain information on Marquis Amon's servants. Those who are enacting his will. And as such, once I gain that information, I am better equipped to deal with the minions first, for Amon is a formidable foe and not easily dealt with in the political complexities of hell. There is someone in Ferry who knows a great deal about these servants. Or so I believe. As such, it behooves me to get them and persuade them to part with their information, for it furthers my task. You have every right to question motives. It is your job. You know this. You know that it is our job to seek those which fly, but doing so publicly in the face of my allies weakens my goals. You are forgiven for your misstep, assuming your apology is sincere. If you have any more problems with my behavior, tell them to me in private.
Of course, Council Reyes.
I am sorry our relationship could not be a more amiable one. I looked forward to a comrade who knew my business. I'm sorry if in this conversation I have ruined any hopes of that. But my goal must come before my personal comfort.
Quite clearly. I think you've not ruined anything yet. And I do hope I haven't either.
No. No, you have not.
We have a reward to collect, I believe.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
I think I'll need a hand with the
Journey.
bodies.
Yes. By all means, my mind is occupied. Let us return. And
All
Journey
right.
will head back to the bodies.
Yeah, they head back. Willow and
Okay,
Ellie.
my friend is coming. My friend is coming to drop something off. Just give me a sec.
No
Cool,
worries.
cool. So I just realized that the 4 of us collectively abandoned Bree in the middle of a clearing.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Oh,
So sorry.
I didn't want to interrupt because there's a lot of very high-strung emotions, but I think that she was just kind of. I think that there's an antenna on Volley, and she was just kind of collecting the electricity to refuel her bear. She took it as she saw an opportunity, and she took it.
Good.
I think that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I also
Yeah.
would say that, this is a work-first individual, and when anyone comes back, she has already slung the corpses over the back of Volley as a workhorse.
I'm back.
Wonderful.
All right. Yeah. So, yeah, Bennu and Journey come back, and Bennu thanks Bree and thanks Volley. Let's check in with Ellie and Willow. We don't have to. We can just come back.
No,
to you
it's
guys.
fine.
All right.
It's fine. I don't know if I mean Ellie would have caught up to her at this point. Or at least try.
I'm still going. I think for funsies, for fun, I've cast my new spell on myself because it's sexy. I'm casting Guardian of Nature. So
Ooh.
as Willow walks, her skin turns to bark, and leaves appear in her hair. And I now have 10 temporary hit points. I have advantage on con saves and any dex and wisdom based attack rolls, which is all of my spells. Also, the ground around me will be, if there were enemies, it would be difficult terrain.
That's insane.
Isn't that a sexy fucking spell?
This is
really
the coolest thing I've ever heard.
That's
Yeah,
so
it can either
cool.
be Primal Beast or Great Tree. That is Great Tree. Primal Beast does other stuff.
Cool. What?
That's in Xanathar's.
Oh my god.
This
Thank
is
you, Xanathar.
so cool.
So
Thank
that's
you,
what, yeah.
Xanathar. That
I'm
is
doing
very
that.
cool. Okay, so Ellie just is following her and just sees her turn into a fucking tree. Like tree version of herself. That's wild.
Willow is so cool.
Tree Willow.
And I think what the difficult terrain, but only for enemies, is I think is the ground is rippling and bubbling with roots rising from the ground, but they seem to move out of the way of Ellie and Willow.
Good.
Wait.
As a note, I think if Bennu gets within 15 feet of Willow, the
Good to know.
roots will not move out of the way for her.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know.
Sexy.
Mhm.
Wait, Willow, what if when her hair turns to leaves, it's like the willow tree leaves? Like
Oh, that's
wispy.
good.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
This so bad. Okay. Sorry. That's very good. Yeah, sees this happen, just probably catches up to her and just tries to like grab her shoulder because he thinks that she's like disappearing almost.
She just keeps walking. She does not acknowledge him.
Which direction are you walking?
I guess towards the city, but I think she's just kind of going.
Okay. If you'd like, we can roll and see if you go towards the city.
Sure.
But it's up to you. Yeah, roll a d4. On a 1, you are going further away from the city. On any other number, you're going closer.
I got a 1.
Yeah, you're walking away. You are walking away. Like, you're walking out.
Can Ellie make a survival check to see if he knows that we're going the wrong way?
Ellie, you live here. You know.
Oh,
Ellie,
right.
you live. Ellie, you know Gadu. You know this is not the way.
Willow, we're not going. Where are you going? The city's back that way.
Where would the city would be? We're north of the city, right?
You're north of the city. You're heading
I
further
like that.
north.
I think I like that I'm heading north.
Yeah.
Oh.
For a couple of reasons. I'm going to find that gate.
Okay. Sure.
And I'm going to kill a lion.
Okay. I mean, I'm with you. Yeah. Of course. But not right now. Right?
She doesn't say anything.
Is she still walking?
Yep.
Okay. He is stubbornly following. We now's not the time. We're not in good shape right now. I don't think Journey's even following us. I think he's back there. I don't think he know which way we went. We're not going to close the gate. They're not going to close the gate before we get you in there and we get all 3 of us in there. That's not happening. We have to deal with Bennu for a little bit longer. And then we'll figure this out. There's more of them out there. There's more of them around here. We might run into something. We're not ready.
If we run into something, I will capture it and I will ask it where the gate is.
I want to be mad, but that's actually kind of a good plan. But also, we are not. Ellie like holds his shoulder. Like we. That was a bigger fight than we've had.
So we need to be stronger.
And we can't do that immediately. It's going to take a minute. At least just sit down for a second.
I think
Let your wounds
she
heal.
stops walking and the spell drops because it only lasts a minute. I only have one of those 4th level spell slots.
I would let you go as long as you need to for effect, because this is not a
but
combat
here's my.
moment.
I'm giving it.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a character reason why it
Yeah.
drops. And she stops. And just stands.
Thank you.
Are you hurt?
A little. Not
Puts her
much.
hand out on his shoulder and casts. What is that thing I have? Or not cast. Balm of the Autumn Court. So you regain a d6.
6.
Nice.
Been rolling good today. Maybe it likes the beach house. That feels better. Are you okay? Physically? He's like looking her over.
She probably looks like shit. I'm still only at 19 hit points.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Willow doesn't look great.
Can I trying to think.
Medicine check
He
or
tries
something?
yeah, I was gonna medicine check. I was gonna
Yeah,
see if
go
I
ahead.
could like get her to sit down so that I can give her some help.
I'm fine.
He's glaring at her.
I'm fine.
Medicine check.
Wait in the medicine check. Because you gotta get Willow to sit down and then accept
That's
help.
true. That's true.
Which
That's
doesn't
true.
seem like it's going to happen.
No, I know. He's Are you? Are you really? Because at this moment, you look like shit. And if you really, really want to get this Fey Lord, you can't walk in there looking like this and feeling like this. Okay? So sit down and let me help you. Please.
She puts her hand on her own shoulder, gives herself Balm of the Autumn Court. So I'm going to take back a d6 myself. That's 5. And then she just sort of walks back towards the others.
All right. Arg, have Journey make that insight check on Bennu.
Yeah, cool.
I just want to have it down for the record.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
That's not bad. What am I saying? That's good. 21.
Let me roll something. Let me roll a little funny deception.
Absolutely.
Not working for a mom.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
When I get back, I'm gonna walk up to Bennu.
Okay.
I don't know
Ellie
if
is
I'm back
following at a
yet.
safe distance.
Also, why are we moving the, what are we doing with the bodies? I wasn't entirely clear
I
what
don't know if
Bennu
there's
was.
still a body.
I'm taking them as proof.
Yeah.
It's
Is that,
dead.
is that what
One of
Bennu was
them might be
Yes.
a little bit.
One of them is a little bit messed up.
obliterated.
One of them is pretty obliterated, but you know what?
Because I
Any
had
kind
been
of-
continuing to cast that lightning spell.
Yeah, any kind of proof. They didn't specify, like with the Dark Season beasts, they asked for ears. They didn't specify with these. So you're just gonna bring
With
the
this, I was gonna say with the satyr that
You could break up.
yeah, we could break off the horns. Ellie was just gonna chop its head off.
Wow.
that could be something. I mean,
Bree has already strapped them to her bear.
Oh,
in the
yeah, they're
same way
already
as-
strapped to
as
the
a
bear.
perch with a
Okay.
Christmas
We have-
tree on
alright.
top of the car.
We've got a huge bear, and we left someone with the bear in the clearing with the
That's
body.
true. That's
So-
true. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Bennu is idling. I think Bennu and Bree have almost started to head out.
Mm-hmm.
Bree has chipped off one of the horns from the satyr and just kept it
Yeah.
for tinkering purposes.
Yeah. Go nuts.
Am I back at this
Yep,
point?
you're back.
Okay.
You go up
Willow's
to Bennu.
gonna walk up right up to Bennu, and look her dead in the eye and say, we all have the things that we want, and we all have our own goals. I am going through that gate, and I'm coming back out again. Whether you try to stop me is up to you, but it won't make a difference. I'm going. Are we clear?
We're clear. Apologies for before. I'm skittish. I assume
Willow
things will
does
be
not look at her. Wait, no, just if you keep going.
okay.
Sorry.
I think things will be more pleasant from now on. A do-over, perhaps?
Insight check.
Go ahead.
18.
Seems to be earnest.
Hmm.
Can I give Journey a side look? Just kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just I guess trying to communicate. Did you talk to her via facial expression?
Yeah, I'll let you do that. You're friends. You can communicate via facial expression.
Maybe. We did meet a couple months ago. Is Bennu's back to him?
Yes.
In that case, Journey will give a very slight nod.
Okay.
Well, maybe you will learn not to make judgments without knowing the stories of others. And then she turns around and walks back towards the city.
Bennu chuckles very slightly. And you head back into the city. Yeah. It's said to inquire. Yeah.
Nothing. Sorry.
It's said to. Oh my god, do I have anything written down about this? Probably not.
It was at the palace, presumably
Yeah.
to bring it to the palace. But...
They said to bring it to the palace.
That's
I
all we
know
knew.
that. I just was wondered if I had written anything down that was useful. But no, of course not. Of course my notes don't
No,
have
you're a
useful
DM.
information.
So it
You only
goes.
write down the things that are interesting to you, but not useful to anyone else.
Yeah. Yeah, so you head up towards the inner gate, towards the palace. Yeah. You see a couple of bored-looking half-elves at the gates. Business in the palace.
Where's that wanted poster? Who has that?
There was no wanted poster.
Gotta
was
pull
no one.
tab.
We got to pull
Yeah, I have the full tab.
I
Right.
feel like if
Yeah,
we
full
show
tab.
the bodies, maybe.
There was a request for dealing with
I mean,
a problem.
Yeah, I was just gonna walk up and show him the pull tab and be like, "Hey, which entrance do I go to for this?" I mean, I've got what they were looking for.
Oh.
Gestures to the.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Damn. Did you think that was just a joke when they put that up? Yeah, I thought that was like a joke. You guys actually did it? Wild. Yeah, go in. Go in. Front door.
I mean, there was actually stuff there, so.
I mean, yeah, there was stuff there, but
Journey's gonna start walking.
the two guards at the door are
Breathes,
just like,
bows, and then goes in.
yeah, the two guards at the door are just like, what the fuck? They're like those guys actually fucking did it? What the fuck?
The madmen.
Absolute
Fucking mad
madmen.
lads.
Yeah. You are escorted into a decent sized like company hall. There's like so many fucking rooms in this place. This is like it's not like a yeah, it's just like it's like a conference like a room at a convention center, kinda. But it's a big palace.
I see.
Ah, sweaty.
Like one of
Yeah,
those random
really
ass
sweaty.
yeah, like a random ass room.
One of those panel rooms.
Uh-huh.
God.
And you see Wiley, you're asked to wait there, and like 20-30 minutes later, a short and squat elf orc comes in. Not like short for an elf and an orc. Not like dwarf height, but like 5 feet, five. Yeah, like around Jess and I height.
Cool.
We're allowed to be a little bit short as a treat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, so like 5 feet tall. Yeah, with a ostentatious teal waistcoat. And shorts. this
And what?
shorts.
A short what?
No shorts.
Oh,
Like
short.
Like a pair of
What
shorts.
is this
Yeah.
weird
Oh,
vine
God.
looking?
No!
Yeah, like a waistcoat,
Don't clock him like that.
like a waistcoat, and a pair of shorts.
Oh my god.
Is what this
Don't
person
I think I
fuck
knew
them
this
like
guy in
that.
high school.
I'll kill them.
and they come in. Hello. You've completed the bounty that we set. This is quite fortunate. There are a good many of you. There are a good many of you. We didn't expect so many.
It was a difficult task.
I would imagine it was. I will see with. I shall check with our stores and with accounting and see.
If I may,
Yes?
I require no monetary reward, but I ask instead. I assume that this palace has some form of library.
Yes, we have. It is not actually so big.
Mm.
The larger. We do like to promote education for all, so a lot of our resources wind up going to whatever the hell the library is called, to the Akata Library. Hey, listen, I wrote this
Good.
stuff, doesn't mean I remember it. A lot of all but our most delicate and most private collections tend to go to the Akata Library, or to the religious library at the Temple of Juris. But we have a small personal library that I must clear it with the king, but I'm sure that there would be an allowance made.
That would be lovely, thank you.
Of course, of course. Now let me see. That's minus you. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4.
Is she stalling?
No, that's me stalling.
Okay.
They're
no,
not.
no. Okay, no. I'm just. Okay, that's cool. I'm just. Journey's suspicious.
No, that's me stalling.
Basically, Journey's entire character can be summed up in the sentence "Journey is suspicious."
Does the bear?
Nah, it's just kind of a, and I take the faceplate and I just push it back to reveal that there's nothing inside. Except,
goodness.
awkward.
Oh goodness. Yes. Then, I believe we can. I believe with your generous request, madam, we can, give you the full fee that we were expecting to give whoever completed this task. I shall return with 1,000 gold pieces for each of you, and
Each?
yes, for each of you.
That was me. That was not Willow. Sorry.
Good.
Willow doesn't know what money is.
Ideal life.
Oh my god.
And you must understand, if I cannot get permission, I can, for the library itself, I can perhaps try to find whatever text you may need. But I think I will have permission for you to enter the library. Is it? It would be just you. You understand?
That's all right.
Very good. Very good. Please wait here. I shall return shortly. Yeah.
At least just kind of standing there, like eyes wide, mouth slightly open. Just kind of like. He has never had that much money in his life.
Hee.
Bree is muttering to herself, doing budgeting for components.
Good.
Nice.
Some of which don't sound real.
Good. Excellent. Yeah. Willow, roll a luck check for me.
Okay.
This is is low stakes. This is just to see whether the king is feeling amicable.
1,000 gold.
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
Not a major, but the treasurer returns with your fee, but turns to Willow and says, "I am so very sorry. The king has not allowed leave into his private library at this time. Is there anything that you are looking for that I might fetch for you? He has made an allowance, given your great service to us, um, that you may borrow a text or two if you require."
Hmm. Yes, I don't know if I'm looking for information on Fae in relation to Chthon, especially in the area, if there is any sort of text.
There are a great number. You know that
Mm.
our king himself is in part descended from Faeborn. What type of were you interested in specific Faeborn families of this area of Byra, of Yama?
I'm looking for information on specifically Ferry.
The plane.
Yes.
Ferry, the plane, and here?
Yes.
I don't know if we have any text specifically on the plane itself beyond, you wouldn't be looking for the basic educational text, would you?
No.
I thought not. Let me take a look. But I don't think that we have anything beyond that in that vein. I'm sorry. Again, there are ample resources at the Akata Library and the library at the Temple of Juris, which may.
And those are both accessible?
Oh, of course, of course. The Temple Library sometimes keeps odd hours, but the Akata Library is open to all.
All right.
Let me check, if you don't mind.
By all means.
Just burning a hell site real quick.
Nothing.
Cool.
Oh, right. Yeah, the treasurer comes back down and says, "I am so sorry. It doesn't seem that there's anything. If you would like, I can. If you would tell me a little bit more on what you're looking for, I could perhaps put in word to the other city libraries so that they have it ready. I am quite sorry that I could not fulfill your request after your great service."
If they have anything on the history of gates between Ferry and Chthon, I would very much like to see that.
Very well. I shall let them know. And to whom? Whom shall I say is requesting such texts?
Willow Moore.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Miss Moore.
And we're staying at the Blue Yam for now.
You're staying at the Blue Yam?
Yes.
Looks down their nose a little bit at the Blue Yam.
It's comfortable.
Very well. The texts will be at the libraries themselves, not delivered
All right.
with the Blue Yam. But I will let them know. That is what you are searching for. And do, again, I hope that would consider, I hope you would then consider our arrangement even.
It'll do.
Should you have further business at the palace, you may introduce yourself as a friend of Sylv Malaya. I will put that name in the chat.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
It might grease the wheels a little bit, although it is a big place. Anyway, I've matters to attend to. I shall send word to the libraries straight away, and hope that they can help you in your search. Thank you all so very much, the great service that you have performed for our lovely city of Gadu, the lovely nation of Fire and Tyre, and enjoy. And you are ushered out of the palace. Bree.
Uh-huh.
Yes. As you head out of the palace, I think they take the bodies. You don't have bodies strapped on top of your bear anymore. But I think, I don't know, did Bree put Volley's face back down, or no?
Yeah, I
Okay.
reattach it.
Okay. Yeah, you see, you see a regular human guy come up to you.
I nudge Journey and go, is that guy, you look like you're kind of, listen, you're a guy that looks suspicious of everything. Is that guy suspicious over there? That guy that's looking at me?
What, that regular human guy?
Just a guy.
Just a dude.
Really
Does the
good
regular
response.
human guy look suspicious to me?
Roll insight.
Do we hear this?
Yeah, I think you do.
Can
I think
also
you
roll
all see a
insight?
regular human guy start walking up to Bree.
Insight 12.
Can I also insight?
Yeah, everyone roll insight if they want. On this regular human guy.
I got a 3.
Me when I'm playing a game with Faye. Fuck, this human guy is
13.
suspicious.
Wait, did I do that math right? Yeah, 13.
13? This is a regular
Yeah.
human guy. Doesn't seem to be,
Yeah.
not, concealing the fact that he's walking...
His name is Rug.
Not yet.
Rug?
Oh, not yet.
Human guy. Rug.
Rig.
Rug.
No, I think it's Dave.
Rig shoe.
Oh,
It's
God,
not
it's
either
totally
of those.
Dave.
It's not either of those.
Bob.
Nope.
Kevin.
John.
Bob and discount for an exam.
No, it's not. God. Oh,
We'll
man.
know in a minute.
You will know in a minute if I can keep going.
Never.
Richard.
That would be really good. But no.
Hey, I'm Dick Wood, and I'm here to come talk to you.
Yeah, this regular human guy walks up to Bree. It's like, hi. You do, you mess around with the mechanics, right? You're a mechanic?
Oh, yeah, it's, she jangles with gears and, and wrenches as she turns. She goes, oh, yeah, I got a, what, do you need some fix? You need a borrow?
We do.
I mean,
we
got
do.
it.
My
She
friend
pulls back like a, sorry, I was going to say she pulls back like part of her apron and like has like an entire toolkit worth of wrenches.
Tink is gonna love you. We do. We need your help. Yeah. Hi. I'm Mark. Nice to meet you.
Mark.
I'm
Mark. We're all enamored with this human
That
guy.
I
is
love him.
going in my notes with an exclamation point.
good.
Can we adopt him?
No.
I think we're about to.
I think he's a grown man. I don't know.
Grown
No,
man.
I think he should be as our mascot.
This is
Oh,
really
yeah.
funny. Yeah. Oh yeah, my friend Tink. We found. Well, when we were growing up, Tink, me and Deborah and Tink, we were all friends, from school, and Tink found this old robot that, he was able to fix up for us. But then it broke recently, and like Tink is really good with that stuff, and she's been going at it, but no dice. You think you could help us? You could check it out for us?
Oh yeah, of course. What kind of robot are we talking about here? Like, is it like humanoid, or is it kind of
Oh
just a
no!
toy? Is it?
Oh no! It's a little bit like, that's a robot, right? Points at Volley.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
the.
it's
I
a
mean, I
little
made him
bit like
myself.
that, but if it were flat and had like wheels, like a cart.
What?
It's like
Oh my
it
god.
used to be kind of like a cart that went by itself, but it is also our friend.
Chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang.
Not quite.
Chitty chitty bang bang.
Not quite.
Chitty chitty bang.
She goes, I think I've messed around with like prototypes or something like that. I could take a look at it.
Oh yeah, thanks so much, and yeah, we'll get you back for it. We'll definitely, once it gets running, you can go for test rides if you want.
Sounds
Tink,
like fun to me. I
Tink
might
would
be able to
really
upgrade
appreciate
it.
another friend, another set of eyes on it, because me and Deb aren't very good at this stuff.
I could upgrade it too, because it's probably old tech. I could
Oh,
put more
that would
wheels
be
on it, or like some kind of cannon.
More wheels. Come on. All right, come on. You gotta meet the crew. You gotta meet the crew. You're all good, right? Like you've got nothing else. You're sorry, I'm being a little overbearing. Sorry.
She looks at the like motley crew here and looks at the three of them.
Oh, you don't see. It's only Mark. You haven't been drawn.
No, I mean
oh.
the three of.
Oh, okay.
The three people that are in this call, the three of them. And Bree takes a page in her notebook and like scribbles out a business card and tears it out, and hands it to Ellie. And it requires using a sending stone, but but there is theoretically a business card with a frequency
that's really good
to call on.
Yeah.
And she says, "You guys gonna be all right if I go do this? Like, you're not gonna kill each other or get killed by some kind of
fine
fey monster?"
Yeah, we'll be good. What is this?
Oh, if you need anything, you need something fixed, you need something hit over the head with a hammer, you need someone hit with 2 different hammers, you just get a sending stone, you give me a call, and I'll be right back over. As fast as I can, anyway.
Do we know what a sending stone is?
I think let's roll.
Flat intelligence?
I feel
no, that
like
was a luck check on me. Willow doesn't know what a sending stone is. I think Ellie, Journey has definitely heard of them. I don't think Ellie has. These are sending stones are high tech.
Okay. He
sending
just nods.
stones are the expensive smartphones of Chthon.
He just nods. It's like, okay, yeah. We'll sending stone you. Yep.
I think Bree has tried to make her. I think Bree has tried to make her own sending stone. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, no. I think there's definitely like it's like one of those like call center headsets, but it's just kind of a sending stone strapped to like a headband.
Yes.
Yeah. I think you might. I mean, maybe Bree might have even like hacked one, like found one.
Me when I jailbreak my sending stones so I can make custom backgrounds.
Yeah, you jailbreak your sending stone.
Oh, I love that concept. But yeah,
Yeah.
Bree hands that, and she goes, "Well, if I run into you guys in the city again, I'll definitely say hi. But I'm gonna go check out what's up with this and see how many explosives I can rig into cannons on it. And we'll see how that goes."
All right.
Sounds like fun.
Yes.
And you are led off. Mark waves down his friends, and you see a large, hulking, refined looking orc artificer.
Yes. Good.
I do need to share the
Good.
name
Correct.
of this orc artificer.
Please.
His name is Tink R Bug with 2 G's.
Oh my god.
Tink our bug.
Um,
Gonna kill you.
you can't.
I know.
And a peacock Aarakocra,
Oh my god.
and Mark, the
Ooh.
regular human guy.
I'm quitting the campaign. I want to go be in the Mark squad.
Mark Squad.
I'll tell you afterwards the secret of them, or when we go on break. Their secret backstory. All right.
Oh my god.
So Bree heads off with them. I know, Molly, you're gonna wind up probably heading out when we go on break. So we will give you a goodbye once we jump on break. It's a little too early for
Works
that.
for me.
Yeah.
I have a small note as I've
Yeah.
been thinking about Tree Willow. I think that her vitiligo turns into actual moss. Goodbye.
I like that.
Yes.
That's good.
That's really good. All
Is
right.
Bennu still with us?
Yeah, Bennu's
Yeah.
still with you. Bennu's still there. Before Bennu was very cold and suspicious seeming. It's toned down. It's toned down significantly, actually.
With some coaxing.
Yeah. Seems like Bennu is warming up to Ellie and Willow a little bit. All right. Yeah, you have left the palace. Bree has been hired.
Good for her.
You've got a shit
admit
ton of
to that
gold.
library.
I will admit there was more money than I was expecting from this venture.
Yeah, no kidding. That he jingles his purse a little bit. He's like, I've never had this much in my life. Not all at once. We've made a lot at the apothecary occasionally when sales were good, but this is insane.
Claude, the voice you just did sounded like Hiccup. I don't know what it was, but it took me a second to place what it sounded like, but that's what it was. Very Hiccup.
Thank you. I'm so glad. Gender envy for Hiccup. I'm so glad. That makes me so happy, actually.
Why didn't he have an accent? He should have had an accent.
I know.
Everyone else had an accent.
It's because he's supposed to stand out.
Either everybody should have,
none
or
of the
not any of them,
teenagers
because
had
None of the
accents.
teenagers, yeah.
English.
Yeah, none of the teenagers. Huh. Didn't
So
even think
why
about
is
that.
Astrid not buff?
Why is Astrid not buff?
Cool one. If Hiccup's the odd one out for not being buff,
Why was she not buff?
why were the other teenagers also not buff?
It makes me sad.
Different kind of muscle. I don't
What
know.
if none of them are
I think
actually
that
buff?
she should have
It's
been
just the clothes that they're
jacked.
wearing. You just get adult
I think
clothes
she
that
should
make
have
you
been
seem jacked.
What kind of anchor arms world are you envisioning here, where everyone just has giant inflated fake muscles?
It's just padding. It's fur padding.
That's horrible.
Anyway.
Is this a normal amount for you guys, or
I didn't get any, and I didn't have any before.
I know?
I'm going to the library, by the way.
Oh, do you want any company?
I don't care.
I mean, I don't read much.
There's
I mean,
also
I don't either.
like there's two libraries.
But
There's the main, the Akata library, and there is
Yeah.
the library
I
in the Temple of
wanna-
Juris.
I want to go to the temple library. I don't know where that is.
Okay, there is a let me look at what the hell the districts are again in this place that I made with my mind.
Oh, right. There's a city thing I gotta look at.
Yeah, everything, all the temples are kind of close around the palace in the Vajera district. Yeah, and the temples are as follows. There is a temple to most of the major gods. There
Whoa.
is the Temple of Lorlis.
Whoa.
Um,
The Cloud Temple.
I was told the library was at the Temple of Juris, right?
yes. So that I'm
Okay.
gonna read out the temple names because I worked hard on them.
Okay.
As
Yeah.
you should want to.
There is the Temple of Lorlis. The largest of the temples. I haven't written that down because it doesn't have an actual name. But it's the temple to the main god Lorlis. There's the Temple of Somtku, the crowned jewel. The Temple of Flint, called the Wrought Forge. The Temple of Aston, which is called officially the Dim Pavilion, but colloquially is sometimes known as the Caliborn Theater. There's the Temple of Ahamino, which is known as the Cloud Temple. The Temple of Juris, the Watching House. And the Temple of Nalun, the Luminary.
Fun.
I'm writing all of those down.
Yeah. The Akata library is also fairly close. It's in the same district.
I want to start with the religious one.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do before we go into the library? Because I think then we'll take a break and go into the library
Right.
after break.
Journey might go to the other library just so we can split our focus.
All right. I think Bennu will. I think Bennu will go with Willow and Ellie unless they have an objection.
Oops.
I don't like you.
That was the opposite of what I wanted to happen.
Hold on.
Do you
I'm
have an
rolling.
objection?
I'm gonna let her follow, but Willow just gives her a look and doesn't say shit. Because you know what? If she wants to try to stop me, she can try to stop me. I'll beat her up. Fuck off.
All right.
Yeah.
So.
Sure. Yeah. 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 Shut the fuck up.
I
You
will.
have the evilest laugh of anyone I've ever
Worst.
met.
Fucking
I'm
worst.
so glad. Oh, I'm so glad. All right. So,
It's so sinister.
thank you. I appreciate that. So Ellie, Willow, and Bennu are going to the Watching House to see their library, and Journey is going to the main library, the Akata library. And Bree has just met the meddling kids from Speed Buggy and is going to be their new best friend.
God.
And that's where we'll take a break. Thank you so much for joining us, Molly. It was really lovely to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks
It was
a bunch.
great to be here.
So fun.
I love Bree.
Me too.
All right.
And
We'll
I
be
love
back
Volley very much.
in about 10 minutes. See you, Twitch.
All right.
Hello, Twitch. We're back.
Hey, Twitch, how you
Hi,
been?
Twitch.
You meet
Yes,
anyone nice while we
Twitch.
were gone? What's No, okay.
Welcome
that's-
to the
Nope.
welcome to another emotional trauma episode again. Part like 5.
It'd probably be easier to count the episodes that aren't emotionally traumatic.
At this point,
Listen, it's
We've gotten into the
D&D.
thick of things.
That's the
it
point.
is D&D. No,
All right,
understandable.
so-
I am here for it.
Journey,
Yes,
you...
I'm going to the Akata Library.
Yeah. Ugh. Look at this. You enter the Akata Library. It's... Ooh, let me actually look up...
What time is it, by the way? Because
What time is it? I
It's
think
the
it's
same day
I
that
think it's evening. It's getting into evening, late afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, the library is this has these beautiful columns. It's a lot of Yama's like architecture and stuff is based on like Indian architecture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got these really beautiful columns, and wonderful patterns across the ceilings. Yeah, it's a pretty airy building. Like it's an enclosed space, but there are big skylights.
Nice.
And there are like little shafts where wind comes in and blows through the building, keeping it cool. Yeah, you
Cool.
enter the library.
Is there like someone official that I can ask for the rules of this place?
Yeah, there is an there's an orcish man, with very thick square glasses.
Yep.
Sitting behind a like full circle desk in the middle of the library, thumbing through a large volume.
I will go up to him and say, pardon me.
Hi, welcome to the Akata Library.
Thank you. This is my first time at the Akata Library, and I was wondering what various rules I should be aware of.
Oh, wonderful. Would you be interested in... Well, first, are you from the Greater Gadu area?
Well, I've been spending quite a lot of time here. I've been living here for the past 2 months or so.
Ah, wonderful. Do you have... I'm getting ahead of myself. Would you like to have a library card with us? We will need at least for now, a decently permanent proof of decently permanent address in the Greater Gadu area. You understand we can't be lending books to folks who
Yes.
we have no idea
What are
will be
the
back.
What are the benefits of such a library pass?
You can check out books and take them to your place of residence.
Ah, and
Otherwise,
if I should...
you have to read them here, which you are welcome
Excellent.
to do so. We are open until... Oh gosh, until the candles are gone. So it's usually pretty late every evening. We have a certain supply of candles. It depends on the number of people that are here. We are usually open pretty late. And then we reopen in the morning once there's enough light to read by.
Well, thank you for the information. I think...
Oh, and just again, pretty simple extra rules. No, please don't damage the books in any way.
Of course.
There are child-friendly sections, but
Uh-huh.
even in those, we must stress no defecating on the books, no drooling,
Pardon?
tearing, ripping, shredding, eating.
I shall inform any children I see of the regulations.
Thank you. If there's anything else, don't hesitate to ask.
I won't. I think for today I shall simply do my reading here in this library. It's a lovely, lovely building. I find being apart from home helps me focus.
Very true. There are a few. Oh, I think. Let me take a look. Would you be looking? Are you interested in a private sort of room, or will you be fine with the common areas? I have to see if there's any
Private,
private rooms
private room would
available.
be wonderful. How much would that cost to
Oh,
rent?
no. There's no fee. It's just a matter of whether or not they're open. Who
My
is?
goodness, what a wonderful place.
It's a library.
Journey discovers public libraries.
It's a
Journey
public
discovers
library.
public libraries.
I don't think there's public libraries in Rome.
Oh no, there are libraries in Rome, but
I don't think they're like public.
they're semi-public. There's like a scale of fees.
Mhm.
Like there's a certain section which is open to the general public for a very small fee, and then the more detailed the information gets, the higher the price range gets.
Mhm.
I don't know if that counts as a public
I
library.
don't think that's a public library.
It's like a public access open collection, but you have to pay.
Yeah.
Like a public access private collection.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a luck check for me, Journey.
Sure. That's an 11.
There is one private alcove that's available. It is in the basement.
Wonderful.
And he writes down the room. There's no like keys or anything. Like he just writes down the room, and it's just like kind of on a merit system. It's
Cool.
just kind of like college. You just kind of like
Yep.
yeah, it's kind of on an honor
You were
system
just
sort of
in
a
there.
deal. Yeah.
I mean, we have rentable rooms here.
Oh yeah, we also do, but like so you can just go in them.
Yeah,
we
ours
do
should just
not.
work how if somebody comes up who has reserved the room, you have to leave.
Yeah.
Which, fun fact, one time I found somebody in my room and I was like, I rented the room. And she was like, I also rented. So I had rented it for 8 a.m. apparently instead of 8 p.m.
Oh no.
I did that twice.
Oh no.
Oh, that's
Anyway,
never fun.
yeah, you have have access to this room now. You can
Cool.
say that you have access to this room.
Yeah, I would like to start going through the stacks and try to find sections on Ferry and Ferry gates. And so the two sections are ferries and ferry gates, possible locations, locations of ferry activity throughout history. That's one search. The second search is about portals between realms, methods of opening and closing.
All right. So you'd like to look for Ferry first?
Yes, I would.
Roll an investigation check.
Cool. I suspect okay. That's pretty good. 17 on the die, investigation plus 5, 22.
All right. Yeah. You are able to find a text talking about the Fey Gates. It is an older text that is talking about it is an old history of the beginning of the Fey Age and the Fairy invasion. Like written from essentially it's starting from the year of the first Fey, the year 1420.
Huh.
Yeah. So it talks about these. You do not find any specific location, but it does talk about how there were said to be these access points through which Ferry attached itself to Chthon, and through which Ferry and Feyborn started to pour in. You do notice on that investigation check that the largest clusters of this activity, of this early activity, were Wynn's Forest in Cromcruach,
Mhm.
Ereshkigal, somewhere on the continent of Ereshkigal, and there's actually 4 locations. So it's Ereshkigal, Wynn's Forest, and Cromcruach, and 2 slightly smaller groups from the north, the northwest of Beira, and up into West Crook. Although there's not as many details on that, it is said that
I'm sorry,
yeah.
West Kruak or East?
West Crook.
Okay.
So that is what you find on that 22.
Oh, West Crook is just where the singing wood is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the Fletchling Woods and the Snowstare Forest and all these lovely forests known for Fey activity. Okay.
All right.
Next, I'm
And
going to search
portals.
for information about planar portals, opening, closing, manipulating, etc.
All right. Investigation.
Cool. That's an 8, but I'm going to use that DM inspiration you gave me a while ago
All right.
to try rolling it again. That is a little better. 14 on the die, plus my 5, 19.
All right. Portals wise, you're able to find there are not actually meticulous records of hellmouths in Chthon libraries. There's like there's some text in the general features of hellmouths. There's a few known ones. But they're pretty far into like the wilderness. They're not the ones that you know that are in like it's the one from Rome isn't there. And the one from the what was it? The ruined Temple of Juris is not there either. Yeah, it's a kind of a basic rundown of Hellgates, Hellmouths, and also just some basic stuff on like basic plane shift spells. Ferry wise, it's what you get from that is in terms of like ferry, you would need like a plane shift, and according to these portal texts.
I'm sorry, fairies what?
Hmm?
I missed
In
the
order
end of your
to
last sentence.
in order to get to the plane of ferry, according to like the text that you find in portals and like plane shifting, you would need like a plane shift spell or something like that.
Okay.
According to these texts.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to look at those 2 books. I'm going to take notes on them. I've got some paper, I think.
Yeah.
I think I have paper. Yes, I have 18
You
sheets
can also
of paper.
get paper.
Oh, then I'm going to get paper. I'm going to keep mine on my person. I'm going to get some of that paper.
The paper they will charge you a little bit for paper. It's gonna
I have 1,000 gold pieces.
It's gonna be it's 5 copper pieces a sheet.
Cool. I will get 10 sheets and pay 5 silver.
All right. Yeah. So you copy down stuff at the library. Anything else you would like to know?
Let me see. Just give me a second.
Yeah, no worries.
find myself wanting to look for video game skill books. No. Well,
Journey looks up the first video game ever in Chthon and sees Bree's name. Chthon's first gamer girl.
I guess I will. Yeah, I guess I'll.
If you think of anything, we can come back to you.
So there are two things I'm kind of thinking about. Thing one is they're relatively minor in some way. The first thing is I want to look up magic items to see whether I can like historical magic items to see whether I can identify what the fuck this ring is. But that's so unlikely to happen that I'm not sure Journey's even going to attempt it.
You can certainly like ask someone. You see a couple of librarians. Not too many. But you do see some folks reshelving books.
I'll just ask them whether there are books on magic items and the type of things that were created and identifying features, I guess.
Oh, identifying features. No, I don't think we have any of those here. You would have to go. They might have them. I don't know if they. I don't know if they let people use them at the Luminary, but there might be someone who you can pay there to identify stuff for you if you'd like.
Thank you for the gratuitous information.
No problem. Anything else I can help you with? How are you finding everything today? Any comments on our organization? Amenities?
It's quite efficient, nice and quiet, good concentrating measures. The system is somewhat efficient, but then I'm used to certain methods of organization, so it may not be an accurate representation of the common individual.
Well, good to have your feedback anyway. Thank you for visiting.
Thank you for having me. And I need to look something up about the gods, and because there are multiple temples, and I need to know what the gods' domains are. Juris talks about life. Somtku talks about life. Path and protection. Except everyone's already at the Temple of Juris. The luminary is Nalun, right?
Yes, the luminary is Nalun, god of magic and word.
Then,
it might also be worth it to. I mean, Flint might also have something. Flint is definitely the more practical side.
Yeah. No, yeah. What I was first looking for was thinking about gods who might know a lot of stuff about healing, because we came to Gadu in part to find someone to try and fix the memory stuff. But the one who looks most likely is the god of path and protection, whose domain is light. You know, it seems protection is a really good place to go with that. So I figure those three probably have that in hand at their temple. So for craftwork and forge work and craft, arcane knowledge, forge. Actually, I think Journey will go to the Rot Forge first.
All right, we will jump back to you in a little bit.
Yeah. This is the signal to go to everyone else.
I literally forgot what we were in Gadu for.
Ellie,
happy to be of assistance.
Ellie, Willow, and Bennu head into the watching house.
I'm sure the walk over here is not awkward at all.
Bennu actually tries to make polite conversation. How does Willow react?
Doesn't even act like she hears her at all.
Ellie? Hello?
Hello?
You don't be muted.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're fine.
There you
Sorry, I forgot I was muted.
are.
I'm working on stuff in the background right now. I think he would be. What would he be doing? I think he would. Think he'd be doing that. That kind of thing.
Bennu
Lovely.
keeps.
Slightly passive aggressive.
Yeah, Bennu keeps. Bennu doesn't seem to. Bennu seems to take it in stride, and is not
Huh.
letting it stop her.
All right.
All right. Yeah, the temple. The Temple of Juris is a very tall building that kind of spirals around and around like a signal tower or lighthouse. And it's got this pretty big like crystal statue on top that looks like a fire. And there might be like it looks like there's like a fire actually in it that's flickering and flickering out on the crystal. It's a really cool effect. Yeah, and you enter, and there are some folks. There are some folks who are leaving offerings. It's not actually. It's not actually a quiet atmosphere. There's a lot of people who are. There's actually a lot of people who are crying, who are like praying and crying, who are wailing.
Jeez.
What?
And you can't quite tell if it's like a grief wailing or like an ecstatic wailing.
Can I insight check?
Yeah, make an insight check.
23.
Whoa.
It is mostly ecstatic wailing, but there is a little bit of grieving wailing mixed in there.
Oh boy.
Interesting.
It's not the temples primarily for the mortal gods are not like stuffy places. They're people are living their lives and asking the gods for what they need.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
You do actually notice that it is mostly mortal folks who are coming up and leading the offerings, and definitely almost entirely mortal folks who are leaving, who are like sitting there and praying out loud or wailing. You see a couple of Faeborn folks walk in and out, but they seem to be moving a lot more calmly through this space. They're like picking their way through a little bit. Not like to be rude, but they're each respecting each other's space in the way that they relate to their god. Yeah. No one comes up to you as you step in.
Okay.
You also see a staircase that goes up to another level.
And that's maybe where library is at?
You don't know. You've never been here.
Okay. Okay. But where we are right now, that we don't see any library type stuff.
No. This
Okay.
seems to be the main.
Then I'm gonna go up the stairs.
Yeah. I think Bennu clocks everything that's going on and starts heading towards the stairs. I think we'll find a better. I think it might not be here. Better go up. Certainly enough floors for it.
No kidding.
Yeah, Bennu
We go up.
leads the charge up. And you see a couple of plant folk priests.
Fuck
who
yeah.
are
What did you I was just gonna ask we're in Jorlis, right?
yes.
Okay. I guess my question is I can ask this later also of like what type of god this is? I can also make a religion check if you need me to.
Make a religion check, yeah.
Okay.
Not a very hard one. Julius is one of the main
Well,
gods.
well, not in that one, but
Okay.
no, not in that one. It's intelligence, yeah. No,
Uh,
that's an 8.
you know that Julius is kind of a combined god. You know that.
Okay.
That they're
Okay.
Julius used to be 2 components, a Fey and a mortal component, but now are just one.
Ooh.
It happened to several of the gods
Okay.
that they got kind of mixed. You have no idea what that does, like, physically, because, like, the whole thing with the mortal gods is they had physical bodies. You have no idea what it does, what it means now, but, they're worshipped as one entity.
I see. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I think it's hailing.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Why is there hail?
North Carolina, baby.
Oh my god. Oh
It's like 80 degrees out.
my god. Yeah, you head upstairs. There are these 2 plant folk priests.
Okay.
Both of whom who are dressed pretty simply. They've got these sleeveless shirts and short, wide-legged pants. They say,
Hello.
"Hello, may we help you?"
Yes, I'm interested in your library.
Ah, the library. Let me roll a luck check.
Okay. 11.
The library is going to be closing in an hour or so. You do not have much time, but you are welcome to. It is on the next floor.
All right. Do you mind if I just head up there?
No. Thank you, Bennu says to them. Appreciate it. We'll be down in an hour.
I go up.
All right. Yeah, you go up, and you're in this. It's not a very. It's. You actually see the library goes up a couple of floors. It's like 2 levels.
Shit.
You know, like I don't know how familiar the Guggenheim is as a point of reference, but
A little
it like
bit.
goes up and up like that. It like on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how the library goes. It's really cool, and it's got the banister you can see down. You can actually see right down through the library into the main worship hall. You're far enough up, or there's like a magical barrier that the sound is majorly muffled. So you don't have to hear everyone wailing and praying. But yeah, you're in this lovely library. You actually don't see anyone else browsing around.
Okay.
So
I'm looking for just like I saw a lot of the same stuff that Journey was looking for. I'm looking for information on gates in
All right.
the area and like the history of Fae in the area. And also, I guess if I can find anything on Ferry itself and like the Autumn Court, and any mention of Alion and the King.
Sure. Roll investigation, Ellie. Are you helping, or you want to look separately for something?
Please help. I'll help her. Yeah, I don't have enough. Yeah, I'll help her.
Investigation is not my best.
Yeah,
All right,
It's
roll
not
with advantage.
Mine either. Mine is I'm helping. I
But
wouldn't
I
be
don't have
good on my own.
proficiency, so I have advantage. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. 18.
18.
Nice.
All right. That's the higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the higher, yeah, it's 16 plus 2.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, you were looking for stuff on Ferry, on gates.
Yeah, gates, history of like ferry gates in the area. So like same stuff that like
Mhm.
Journey was looking for. And then also, in addition to the kind of stuff Journey was looking for, anything about like the interior of Ferry, like specifically the Autumn Court, and any mention of a lion and the king, if that is there.
Yeah. Yeah. You do not find. You actually see. You do not find any texts that say anything about Ferry gates. On an 18. You look for a while. There are a few like gaps in the collection, like people might have checked them out. Or priests may be using them, or they're simply not in the public collection at this point in time.
Okay.
You win some, you lose some. Depends on when you go to the library, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do find a text on. You do find a text on the courts of Ferry.
Ooh.
And what it says, I will try to. I'll write this down later, maybe, if I remember. But what it says is there are the four seasonal courts of Ferry: the spring court, the summer court, the autumn court, and the winter court. And there's also the hungry court, which the hungry court, yep, which is ruled by the High King of Ferry, also known as the Hungry King.
Do not like.
Is that so? Would the individual like seasonal courts have their own kings?
Yes, they do have their own
Okay,
monarchs.
so Unfallen was kicked out by the Autumn King or the High King?
I'd roll a luck check.
Okay. 17.
Unfallen has never specified. I think you might have assumed, since Unfallen talked about belonging to the Autumn Court, that it was the Autumn ruler, the Autumn monarch who a lion got to kick them out. They've never said, and I don't think they've ever mentioned a High King of Ferry.
Okay.
Is there?
Hmm?
I was just gonna ask, and I can make a separate roll for this, but is there anything that we find that's sort of like in relation to how the layout of the plane relates to like the layout of Chthon? Is it like
I'll tell you, because Ferry is weird. Ferry is is very separate.
okay.
And there's like barely any relation. It will anchor when it anchors itself at the Fey Gates, it will anchor itself at certain points. So like the Fey Gates will be at certain parts of Ferry, but
Okay.
there's no like analog or anything.
I see. Thank you.
Like it's not like if you plane shift at a certain point on Chthon, you get to a certain point in Ferry.
Yeah, that's what I was basically asking. Cool.
Yeah. It's fucky.
Do the book I find on the court, does it like if I go into the section on the autumn court, does it say is there any information on like anything that I guess would be useful in terms of like court life and like
Yeah.
breaking in to maybe rescue my mother?
You do find some useful information on that front. You find that you learn a little bit about the different court temperaments. Spring is wary. Summer is generous. Autumn is capricious, and winter is stingy. Stingy is the wrong way to put it. Winter is
Frigid?
frugal.
Frugal?
Winter is frugal. So autumn can be kind of a wild card. You also know that. Oh God, sometimes my Google Chrome likes to freeze. You also know that that in court life, it is fairies are fairly welcoming. They're very unlikely to kick you out if you manage to get in. But the trouble is getting out again, because it is very easy to fall into debt, especially in the courts, when there is a great deal of feasting and drinking and merriment. And partaking in many of these festivities or the food will bind you to the court, and in some cases to the ruler of the court, until your debt is settled.
Okay.
You on an 18,
Okay.
you don't find any specific ways that debts are settled, but that's what you get.
Okay, cool. Is there anything in these books on the way that time is in Ferry? Is it the same as in Chthon, or does it pass differently?
Sorry, sipping. There is no mention of time at all.
Okay.
That's helpful.
Like, there's no, like, mention of time. Whenever you get into Ferry, all these texts about Ferry are in the present tense. Yeah. You think that there might be there's something weird about time. Make a history check.
Okay. 12.
Unfallen told you, but you don't quite remember.
Okay.
That's what you get.
Cool. Yeah. Cool.
What's Bennu doing?
Yeah.
Yes. Bennu. Bennu has to do things. Let's roll an investigation check for Bennu. Bennu is also looking for things. Oh, that's shitty. I think Bennu looks around and doesn't find what she's looking for, and like sort of huffs and wanders back over to you folks. And is like half reading over Willow's shoulder. Not like in like a
Yeah, no, I'm going. Every time she gets close to me, I move away. Very passive aggressively.
Ellie just shrugs if she makes that awkward eye contact, he just shrugs when she does that.
I think Bennu flops down on the floor then. A little unelegantly, because she's kind of awkward in proportion.
She is bird.
Mm-hmm.
I love her.
Does Willow relinquish the book at any point?
I kind of think she might just put it in her bag.
Uh.
For like. Yeah, maybe.
I'm good at copying stuff out quickly. If you want the information. Unless you're prepared to steal from a temple.
Have you considered minding your own business?
Never in my life.
Why did you even come here with us? Why didn't you just stick with Journey? Unless you're watching us because you think I'm going to, I don't know, do something nefarious. Or waiting for the right moment to attack me. Drag me to hell. I've been to hell. I didn't like it. I would not like to go back. Thank you.
I'm not gonna make you go to hell. Goodness, no. No, my folks are pretty into Juris. That's why I came.
Insight check.
Roll insight.
14.
Says it with a straight face.
Man, my +7 isn't helping when I roll like shit. Okay.
And I'm just trying to be helpful. Juris is, among other things, a war god.
Okay.
I'm certainly not going to stop you from stealing. But I am going to leave first, if you do plan on doing that.
I'm borrowing.
I'll catch up with you later. And Bennu walks down and out of the temple. Bennu is not getting involved in your stealing. Bennu's like, fuck this.
I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I'm out, pretty much.
I don't like her.
Yeah.
While we're here, Ellie,
Mm?
did you want to look for information about maybe something affecting your mother?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure what to look for. I don't know, maybe just demon curses, but I feel like that
We
kind of
could
feels.
ask the priests.
Yeah, maybe. They might not. I mean, what did Bennu say? That this is a war god? I don't know if there'll be much help, though. We can always try.
I mean, the Google Doc says light, life, tempest, and war, so it's a lot
So
of
it was
things.
war among other things, yeah.
War among other things. Okay.
God of
Maybe it
path and protection.
maybe it falls under the among other things. Yeah. Are you ready to go now, or?
Yes, I think I've got everything I've been looking for, or
Alright.
everything
I mean,
that
there's
I'm going to
also
find.
the big one.
The what?
The what?
There's also the
Huh?
big god, Lorlis. Blood,
Oh.
life, and light.
Oh, right. Yeah.
God of
We've
eternal
heard of.
life and
We've heard of
prosperity.
them.
Oh yeah, maybe we should go to that
Yeah,
one.
we've heard of that one. Is there?
There is a temple. Sorry,
there
it's
is a
just there's
temple.
no name for it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Cool.
there is a temple though.
Then, do we know that? Do we know that there's a temple there?
Yes,
Here.
it's very big.
Okay. Okay.
It's
I
the
see.
biggest.
Yeah. Maybe Yeah, then if we're ready to go, Willow, then maybe we can try them, and if they're not uh open at
Yes,
this
we
hour,
can.
we can come over
can-
tomorrow.
We can go take a look.
Yeah. All right. Let's
All
head
right.
out then, I guess.
We are going to cut back to Journey. You're not out of the woods yet. We're gonna come back to you right at this moment. Because you've got to sneak out with a book.
I just
Journey,
put it in my bag. It's fine.
Journey, you
Hello.
are
I'm
at
back.
the Rot
I know
Forge.
nothing of this theft.
Yeah, you know nothing about this. You're at the Rot Forge. It's
Which,
kind of loud.
for Twitch chat, that's WROUGHT, not ROT.
Mhm.
Rot, iron, not rotting plants.
Flesh.
Flesh! Yeah.
I should have another
Bone.
god. I should make a funny rot god, but there's no rot gods right now. Yeah,
Okay.
you are at the Rot Forge. It's kind of loud. They're doing forge work. But all of it doesn't seem to be like discordant. Everyone seems to be. There also seems to be like organ music. Like there's like a church organ, but like a forge organ. So keeping everyone hammering in time. Kind of cool.
That's really kind of cool. Well then, I will. I'll enter. I'll look around, interested because creation is something which interests me, and I have some memories of it. But I will also look around for someone either who's not busy or who's looking almost done.
There is like half elf, half fearbulk person who is plunging a hammer into a now boiling bucket of water, who wipes the sweat from their brow and sees you come in and holds up a hand.
I will hold up one. Is that a gimme a moment or a hello?
It's a hello.
Okay. I will hold up one in return and approach close enough to be heard amongst all the banging. Good evening. How are you?
There's a loft. We should head to the loft.
To the loft.
I'll see you up there. Gotta take the cotton out of my ears.
I nod and look around for a loft.
Roll an investigation check. Not a hard one.
7 plus 5.
Okay, you're fine. Yeah. You see a set of steps up to a loft.
I will head up there.
Yeah, the sound is much quieter. Again, there's probably like some sort of silence layer.
Yeah. Soundproofing.
Yes, there's some magic soundproofing.
I will, while I am waiting, for the half elf, half furbulk to arrive, I will reach into the bag of holding. I will remove the hunter's boots and the ring of fasting, though I don't know they're called that.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a table, I will place them on the table.
There are a number of they look to be like more like writing desks up here. There's like 2 or 3 writing desks and a couple work tables.
Yep.
All right. You stick them down on the table. And the elf Fearbold joins you in a moment.
Good day to you.
Hey, sorry about that. You know how
No
it is.
problem at all. Quite loud.
Oh yeah.
So I have a question. I figured a temple of a god of crafting and creation might hold some information for me. I discovered these items up in the mountains, and I can tell with my limited abilities that they hold some spark of magic in them. but I can only tell slightly what they can do. Mostly, I'm interested in this. I hold up the stone ring. And I'm wondering whether you or this temple have services that might help me identify what it does.
Oh yeah, I can do an identifier for you. You want that one? Both? What do you want? We're gonna help you.
Let's start with this ring.
All right. It is
The
gonna run
procedure.
you.
How much does the procedure cost? We're both talking about the same thing. Cool.
Yeah, it's gonna run you. Oh God, what was it? 25 gold a piece.
Wonderful.
All right. Pay.
So
You know what? I don't need to say payment up front. We're in a temple. God'll take care of it if we need to.
I'll begin removing 25 gold.
Alrighty. So, identifying on this. You sure you don't want me to do both at the same time? It does
I'd like to
make
start
it a
with
little
the ring.
faster.
Hmm?
It does make it a little faster because it takes me a bit. I like it though because it gives me a nice break from down there. It's pretty warm.
I can imagine. Let's start with that one ring, and then I will decide whether I want the boots. I
All
can
right.
tell something of what the boots do, just not all of it. The ring is a complete mystery to me.
All right. You're the boss, man. All right. So they sit. Pour over it on a work table for about 10 minutes, and you get this information. Oh, shit. If I could actually know how to use the thing.
Take your time.
There we go.
I like to imagine that part of the identification process at this temple is looking at the item and then taking a pre-cut slip of paper and writing things on it. So I get like a slip of paper with the information on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely how it is. The slip of paper is pretty dirty, and that's actually like it's like a thicker paper. It's like a cardstock kind of a deal. Yeah. It's a nice sturdy paper.
Oh my god. That last ability is rad. So, for the Twitch chat, listening back, Ring of Fasting attunement, resistance to acid and poison damage, immunity to ingested poisons. While attuned to this ring, the wearer has little appetite. And the final one, after wearing the ring for a full day without eating, the wearer may cast Hero's Feast once, but
Holy
gains
fuck.
1 level of exhaustion.
Holy shit.
We're 7th level, y'all. Cool.
What level is Hero's Feast?
It's like a 7th level spell.
Holy shit.
Or something like that. Hold on, it's super useful. Let me. I want to. This is going to drive me crazy if I don't figure out what level it is. It's 6th level. It's a 6th level conjuration.
It gives you advantage on like everything for a full 24 hours, right?
And hit point maximum increases by 2d10. Yeah.
Jesus.
So I'm writing this down.
Yeah, that's what you get on the ring. It's a pretty good ring.
Yeah. Day, no eating. Heroes feast once at the cost of 1 level exhaustion. And Journey is very excited by this and will then take out 25 more gold and ask for a full on identify of the hunter's boots.
All right, sounds good. Here we go.
Yeah, that is well worth 50 gold.
Hunter's boots also require attunement. Can activate haste 1 time per day, and after hitting a target with an arrow, gain an extra 20 feet of movement until the end of your turn.
Okay.
Kind of of a boots for hitting people with an arrow.
Sexy.
Ooh.
Those are good boots.
It's a shame we don't have anyone whose primary weapon is a bow or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's a shame that Ellie doesn't wear shoes.
Wait, what?
Ellie has partial hooves.
These are like pretty versatile boots.
I know, it's just very funny to me.
Ellie wears shoes for the first time in his life.
Oh, I absolutely want to roleplay that.
They turn into horseshoes.
Yes! They just might.
Oh, I
yeah,
can't
you
wait.
get these items identified.
Actually, no. Wait, okay. So I used to ride horses, right? Some of the horses they had like delicate feet and have to wear little booties
Oh,
and they look ridiculous. It's
good.
those little booties.
Little horse booties. Ellie,
I'm going to
Ellie, little
cry.
horse booties.
Oh, I am going to cry. That's so good.
All right.
Yeah. And those are the only. I've got the bag of holding, but I'm confident I know what that knows. And Willow has the skin pouch.
Yep.
Wait, do I still have that?
Yeah.
Ah,
Or you should.
okay.
I never took it back.
If you want to get
I
that,
feel like I would have given it back.
if you
Oh.
want to get that identified, we can say that you have it, but you don't got it.
Yeah.
Then I will have it so I can identify it.
All right. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I had this third one. I thought my friend had it.
Ah, shit. This thing's pretty cool. I don't think. Do I give you the? I'm just gonna give you the table with it because like it's a
Yeah.
random roll anyway.
Yeah. Usually get the table, or you do for the thing this is based off of.
Yeah.
Bag of tricks, you get one, so the players get to roll the d8 and get excited when they're looking at it. But with mad skin pouch, like a bag of tricks, mad prey animals, ordinary bag, red cloth appears empty, animal pelt, can use an action to pull pelt and throw it to 20 feet, transforms into creature, rolling a d8. Creature vanishes at next dawn when it is reduced to 0 hit points. Creature is friendly to you and your companions. Ha! And it acts on your turn as long as you make a DC 15 animal handling check at the end of each. At the beginning of each turn.
Yeah. These guys are
Each turn?
rabid.
What if I cast a spell?
You just get to make that check at the beginning of the turn.
Oh,
It's not like a-
pangolin.
Yeah.
Can use bonus action to command the creature.
A musk deer. These are really good animals.
Thank
Tusk
you.
mouse.
Per day. Tusk mouse, hare, shrew.
Giant flying
deer.
squirrel.
Big.
And a goat.
Giant.
I feel like I know what I feel like I know what a pangolin looks like, but I'm going to
They're
look anyway.
the best. They're like a little pine cone animal. They're like an anteater,
I
but
love
pine
those.
cone.
I love pangolins so much.
Pangolins are my favorite animal.
They're so good.
All right. We're gonna cut
I'm
back
so happy.
to Ellie and Willow.
Hi.
Anything
Theft.
further that you would like to do to conceal your theft?
I put it in my bag and closed my bag.
Okay. Roll a deception check.
Okay. What is my deception? 0 is my deception. All right, let's go. I rolled a 19.
That's pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
Willow and Ellie,
Mm-hmm.
you begin to descend down the steps. You pass those priests. It's the hour is just about up. And they're just like, oh hey, we were about to come up. Did you find what you needed?
Yes, thank you. It was helpful.
Of course. You're welcome to come back anytime. Well, no, not anytime. You're welcome to come back when the library is open. And if you need to copy, oh darn, we should have told you this earlier, but if you need to copy anything down, You can pick up some sheets of paper over at the Akata Library. They have them. But yeah, thank you for dropping by the Temple of Juris.
All right, thank you. Have a good evening.
And you as well, you as well. You head out. And nothing has happened. Bennu is waiting outside. Unscathed. Congratulations.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bennu smiles and winks. Alright. Sure you don't. Shall we meet our friend?
Yes, I think we had better.
Alright. Did you think you guys said that you would meet at the Blue Yam, or...
Probably.
Alright.
Yeah.
Journey, anything that you would like to do before you return
Okay.
to the Blue Yam? Anything
Hold
else?
on, just
Yeah, no
writing
worries.
something down. Hang on.
This whole time, like, we're still, like, walking around in and out of all these libraries, still looking dirty and beat to shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got an owl on my shoulder.
Oh, did you want to go to the Temple of Lorlis? Or no?
Oh.
Or did you want to do that in the morning?
What time is it?
It's getting into late evening. It's like dinner time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't see why not. Let's wait. We can do it in the morning.
Alright. Yeah. Sorry, Journey, anything else that you want to do before you head to the Blue Yam?
I am just writing something down. Just give me half a second. 0.36. Is that accurate? That's accurate. And then I can do this 75 later. Okay. Got the things identified. He doesn't know that they didn't ask anything about the whatchamacallit, so he will. No, he's just going back to the Blue Yam.
Alright.
They've got time.
When you've got time. Yeah. You all meet up back at the Blue Yam. Did you find anything? Did you find what you needed? Journey.
Is that Bennu?
Yes.
I found something. Possible locations. It was an ancient.
Of the gates?
It was the book I found was an old book from back to when
Where?
Ferry first arrived.
Where?
Give me a moment, Willow. I can't say anything. Like, if I just say things, wrong impressions might be made. There were, hold on, RX looking at his notes. These were not definite locations of gates. It didn't talk about gates, but it talked about hot spots of Ferry activity back during the first approach of Ferry. It was in the first one was in the Winds Forest, on Crom Cruach, to our northwest. The second one was yeah, there it is. I spelled it out, but it was rough, so I'm just gonna, because I had no idea how to spell it. Eresh Kigal. A little ways to our east, which is a rather large location, but separate from other continents, so there's that. And then there were two other locations mentioned which had smaller bouts of Ferry activity. one was just in the northwest section of Byra, or was it to the northwest of Byra, or
Northwest section of Byra.
yeah,
We're in Byra, right?
Yep.
technically, yeah, we're in the easternmost portion of Byra.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then up in West Crook.
And then the final one is the entirety of West Crook, which is a large area, and I think probably
It seemed
not
to be,
worth our
like,
time
coming
to
up-
search through the entirety of it.
I just want to clarify. It seemed to be coming up from the far west, moving eastward. The movement was eastward, sort of. Yeah, movement was eastward.
Like from the Fletching Wilds.
Let me open up my map.
Like that far west, or
Yes.
just
Like that
okay.
far. Like from the Fletching Wilds. Yeah. So it's almost like there was like two ways that Ferry were going. Yeah,
Hmm.
in that location.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
In that case, if it specified that, then I will say, and almost directly north of the position, in northwestern Byra, that section of western Kruak, like around these forests, there was a small map with notations on it, something like the Arrow Wild, the Fletching Wilds. I personally have never heard of it, but 4 locations, 2 major ones, with somewhat the most pinpointed one, most detailed, would be the Winds not Winds, the Winds Forest, though that is a great distance.
Well, Byra, that's where we are right now, right?
Yes, that one would be closest, but there is a great portion of area which is northwest of Byra. We could go searching randomly in the wild.
Did you draw a map?
I think what I did was I drew several small maps. Like, I don't know how much he had to work off of or how much he knows about the shape of the world. But he probably drew a rough map of West Kruak with the star around the Fledgling Wilds. He probably do a rough map of Byra and circled the northwest portion. He probably just drew Crom Kruak, and the Winds Forest is like right in the center of it. So it's like, go center and see what you can find.
Yeah. Bennu asks you to hand her the maps.
Yeah. I'll say
Bennu
yeah.
pulls out a pulls out a small, like, very basic, like, continent shape world map of Chthon. It's not really very filled in. It's got continent borders. And you can see that, like, she herself has filled in some cities. But not much else. But you see, she puts 2 of your maps together. She puts the West Crook. Is the West Crook and the Byra map the same one or different or separate?
I'd made them separate because I don't imagine all of this information was in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think it was just here's this thing, and so I did a thing and did the best of my ability. Like, the most useful map is probably the one of Byra. Just because here is where I am right now, and here's the area. This is the direction we have to go. The entire continent of Ereshkigal is not that great, and Crom Kruak, it's basically just go to the center. So, and those are the 2 largest ones. So, Journey didn't even bother with a map of Ereshkigal because it's just go to the continent and look around.
Yeah. So she puts together your West Crook and your Byra map. And puts it over hers. kind of sketches out a few more things on your map, and you see she takes a look and circles something. Circles
What did she circle?
a peninsula. And you can see it now that you're looking at them together. You can see there are arrows coming coming northeast from this peninsula over West Shruach and southeast into Byra. And you've got this little space in the middle, this little peninsula, and Bennu says, I think it's there.
What are these arrows?
Did you draw, like, arrows from of where, like, the... She's actually drawing arrows of, like, the ferry where you said the groups were coming from and where they were going to.
Well, I'm not sure if you listened to me, but I just said where they were.
Oh, whoops.
I mean, you gave me very gratuitous information, but Journey just said, it says it was here. It said it was here.
Mm-hmm.
There's inferences, and yes, that little peninsula beneath the fledgling wilds is interesting, but
Bennu still circles it.
yeah. No, I assumed the arrows were things pre-existing on her map, and I was like, "What information do you have that you didn't tell me?"
No, those are not. There are not arrows that she has. I think she does draw them though. She does make her own inferences. And circles
that's fine.
It's the small peninsula that's like underneath the fledgling wilds, right above.
I saw.
On the map. I think that's where we need to go.
It's not an unreasonable assumption.
Well,
though, I must say that is one possible location, but if we are searching for multiple gates, there are multiple. Going to Crom Cruach would mean, or Journey actually begins fading off and muttering things under his breath. like he started out suggesting things and then stopped remembering that he was suggesting things at all, and just thinking like, but if we go here, but if we split up, and if we, so it's to anyone who's listening, he's thinking he's basically saying we can't afford to leave any stone unturned, but he's not sure how to manage it and how best to deal with the time that they've got.
Well, we start somewhere, and
we're closer.
If it
certainly
doesn't work, we stop and we go somewhere else, and we keep doing that until we find what we're looking for.
Well, we're definitely closer to that peninsula than we are to Ereshkigal, even if only by a week or so. And it's certainly a smaller place to search than an entire continent. And if we go up into the fledgling wilds, provided that we'll be safe there, we can move into Eagle Branch and cross over East Shruach that way. And from there, after Wind's Forest, if... This is, of course, provided we don't find anything pressing. We can journey either from Cruach itself, or straight to Ereshkigal, or go through the Court of Fire up to Last Gate. It's a shorter trip by sea, but longer over land.
Well,
we're going to go all the way around the world.
around the top of the world. Jesus.
By the time we get there, I'll probably have leveled up to teleport. Where I can teleport. It's gonna take us that long.
Yeah, really.
Unless
Maybe
it's a
it
small planet.
To check.
The three of you were at another temple. Did you have any turning to Allie and Will, do you have any luck finding a priest of some sort that could deal with healing and thoughts?
Not there.
We're going to go ask at the Temple of Loreless, right?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We
I
might
think
have
we're
to
gonna have a
stand
bit more
Dora
luck.
up.
I mean,
I
she said
know.
that she would be there for a while, but she's home for the
She says
season.
she'd be there for the season, so.
I mean, maybe we should stop there. I don't know.
At the very least, we do need if we can get the information from those hidden memories, then that is an incredible boon to our planning and knowledge of our enemies. So that is, I think, the next thing to do.
Mm.
I found some information on Ferry itself, on the courts. There's apparently a hungry king, which I did not know about. The High King.
That's concerning.
Which, yeah.
That
In
will
addition
give
to the
us
seasonal courts, that there's a hungry court in Ferry.
Considering what we know with Ferry and hunger, that's not good.
Oh yes, I completely forgot. While I was out, reach into bag of holding, pull out the boots. I figured out what these do.
Really?
Bennu has
Yes,
no
with
idea
some
what
help
the fuck you're
from
talking
someone
about.
who I paid.
Bennu
What?
is just listening quietly.
Okay.
Bennu is here.
Yeah. These work best with someone who prefers doing. There's an enchantment that allows one to dash about, as long as they're not up in the midst melee of combat. So I figure it deals with projectiles. It's
Ellie's kind of smiling.
Yeah. As much as I find the speed boost appealing, I don't think I could get the most use out of it. So
I would love to take them. I'm just he puts his hoof against the ground. He's like, I don't know how that would work.
they're magic.
Right.
Many magic items. It requires you to spend some time with it.
Mm.
You've got to kind of make yourself resonate with the object.
Walk around the store a little bit, make sure they fit, make sure.
Yeah. Click the heels together 3 times.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, and Willow, you're familiar with this. I just confirmed what it does. It's blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
And if you two have no objection, I shall keep the bag of holding on my person.
No problems here.
Okay then. I think tonight we rest because my goodness, if that fight wasn't wearying.
I don't know how we've been going.
Long day.
I'm surprised I didn't crash at the library. I'm going to be very honest.
It feels almost like it's been multiple weeks. It's just
Yeah, really.
I mean, less than 3, but more than 1. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I. Sorry.
Thank you for that lovely gesture in the Twitch, Nemo. We appreciate it. Not the Twitch, Discord.
In the Discord chat. Yeah, I would like to sleep.
I think get some rest and tomorrow go to a temple because we need that information.
Mm.
Oh, and it's the right thing to do, of course.
Yeah, there's also that.
Yeah, there's also that journey.
I'm going to sleep for the evening. Pardon if I was privy to what I should not have been. Good night.
All good.
Good night.
Rest well.
And Bennu leaves the room.
So all three of you are alive after going to the same temple together. I will admit, I'm kind of surprised.
I don't like her.
Wow. Yeah. After the little disagreement in the forest, we had words, and I think she is now at a better understanding of the situation. Arguments help no one unless they lead to greater understanding. I apologize. This is an old argument of mine that I had with a different person on a different continent.
Oh?
Journey lore? Ark, I want you to know, anytime you say anything like that, Claude and I are both like, huh? Journey lore?
We both, like, after the session,
Lore?
we're just like, hello? What was that? What was that?
Lore?
Yeah, no. My sister thought that secrets were good in and of themselves, and that confrontation was something to be enjoyed purely for its own sake. I disagreed.
Had Journey mentioned a sister before? I can't remember.
I think he mentioned it, like, once.
Yeah.
Once,
Yeah.
but not often.
That sounds concerning.
There's a reason she chose her title to be Mystery.
Mystery.
Wow.
Wow. She's still in the Court of Fire?
Still in Rome, as far as I know.
Wow.
She was seeking a job from House Aureax, last I heard, as an intelligencer.
Sounds like it would fit her from what you told us.
Yeah. Well, she'd been through a few phases, and every time she happened upon one, she dedicated herself wholeheartedly to it. This one's lasted something like 8 years, so I'm fairly confident this is where she's landed.
Fucking relatable. Oh my god.
The ADHD moments.
ADHD moments.
That
You don't talk much about your sister or Rome.
Well, Rome is a glittering city turned to ash and violence and distrust.
Is that why you left? If you don't mind me asking.
No, I left because I wasn't going to get any stronger staying in there. Sharper of mind, certainly, but
Well, maybe.
power does not
We'll see
come
it
from
someday, too.
planning alone. Sorry, yeah, I missed that because I was
Yeah.
talking.
So maybe someday we'll see it with you.
That would be interesting. It's you two might have some trouble there. It's
Not keen on Feyborn.
There's prejudice.
Isn't there everywhere, it seems?
The city of Rome once held the fairy gods in high esteem,
And now it's the Court of Fire.
and when disaster struck, they prayed and nothing happened. Culturally, they feel abandoned and angry. They have turned from, that is not to, the citizens' prejudice is rampant. That is not to say it is everywhere. My immediate family, for example, has many feelings about the uselessness of prejudice.
That's good to hear.
It won't. It's. It won't be anything like. It might be strange looks. It might be people being rude. But most people know better than to anger someone they don't know, especially in that city. You know, it's a beautiful place in a stark way. You know, when you leave, when you exit the city and walk around, if you go into a specific valley, you can see underneath the city and see part of the mechanisms of it, and it's a sight to see.
It sounds wonderful.
Yeah, I
I
can
can't
only
even
imagine.
imagine. Yeah. I've come from the woods.
It's the entire city is like, I don't know how to describe it. It is at one time the most ruinous and the most organized city you will ever see. The entire thing is designed around a theory of concentric circles. And different partitions of high, towering, majestic walls stained with dirt and rain and rust.
Sounds a bit like hell, order and ruin.
Well, once it was the greatest city in this or any age. Now most folks think of not but the great game. The political complexities of hell very nearly pale in comparison to the political complexities of Rome.
That's hard to imagine.
Scary.
And perhaps I exaggerate, but in fact I almost certainly do exaggerate, but I grew up thinking a certain way.
Learned habits are hard to shake.
Mm. The city rests now upon the very border of the ocean, and in fact it is part of it resting upon the ocean itself. Great docks.
Oh, so like no land under it.
No, there is land under it, but it brought the city, when it landed, kicked up great mounds of earth to support it, and water has part of it is it is difficult to describe. The city is on land, but sea roots intertwine amongst it.
Mm.
There are many bridges. I wonder who's winning.
Winning?
Winning what?
The Rome has a king, had a king, perhaps still does. There's a reason hell is connected to Rome, or vice versa. Our king made a deal which locked Rome forever to that one location instead of wandering as once it did long ago. And he has retreated long ago into his palace. He sends out nothing. He does nothing. He sees no one. and the great factions, the heads of the nobility, which once worked underneath him, and the heads of the guilds, which were raised up by him for their mercantile abilities to keep the city alive, now control different sections of the city like their own city-states. The size of Rome is not something that can be truly described, must only be witnessed. Each section of Rome is like a city in and of itself.
Wow.
And 7 factions, 7 goals, 7 people who must work together for the good of the city, each believe that in the absence of a king, they would be best at leading the city to its new goal. And thus comes the great game, the movement of pieces, the maneuvering politically, recruiting allies, making deals, spying, gaining power. Rome is a place of high order. It is interesting, it is beautiful, it is chaotic. Every single soul living in Rome knows that there will be war one day. Right now, everyone is preparing for it.
War is something I can't even comprehend. I mean, where I am from in the Singing Wood, we don't have a central ruler either. We have groups of people, but they don't fight. They come together to share stories and bounties that we've gathered from the woods. And there's an understanding that this is our home and that we have to live in it together. And that it's better to live there than to fight there. That everyone who's there is tired of fighting. How does a whole city of people not tire of fighting?
I haven't fought yet.
It sounds like you've fought in all but name.
Life goes on peacefully. People have jobs. People fall in love. People suffer disappointments. People try to survive. The guilds, people depend on each other in some way. They make friends. You can move from place to place, though it takes a while to do so.
So why do they want more? Why would they want to fight for control?
I think, Willow, it comes down to people get hungry for things more than just food.
I disagree. I believe that is a part of it. But without leadership, without strong leadership, Rome has floundered. The king put last edicts into place. The king has no heir. The city has survived on its trade deals, but it has only survived. It has not flourished. We have the opportunity to flourish, but no guidance. And the different powers have learned deep distrust of one another because they have genuine disagreements and various other motivations. Some of them have prejudices, deep-seated prejudices. The royalty do not like the guilds. The royalty do not believe in upward mobility. They believe that every person in capital should be able to survive and feed themselves and live a happy life, but that those who were born to it and trained to it their entire life should be leading, as they are the best equipped to do so. The guilds tend to think that they have been trapped in misfortune their entire lives, and that the king, who is of nobility, has done little to help them, and they fought their way to power through money, and they hold up money as the only thing worth anything. They covet it, they crave it, because it brought them a better life. And they seek to enrich their own lives and those of their followers, but they don't tend to care who they hurt in the process. Each faction distrusts the other. Each one knows the city needs leadership. None of them want to end up serving the others.
Why don't they work together? If they need a leader, if they both know they need a leader, why don't they lead as one?
Well, there is something in that sense. There is a privy council. The heads of the 7 guilds do meet and pass some decisions, but the legal system requires a single leader, and various guilds do not trust anyone, do not trust the leaders of the nobility, to not shut the guilds out and dismiss their concerns, and the nobility think the guilds will lose sight of their responsibilities in search of more power. It is very complex. There are allies and different opinions, and I talk of the nobility and the guilds. There are not 2 factions, there are 7 main factions, and some belong to the guilds and some belong to the nobility. But there are not 2 sides to this conflict, this disagreement. If there were 2 sides, maybe debate and resolution would be easier, since you'd know who you're talking with. But if one guild reaches out and starts talking with one of the guilds, then those who see those 2 guilds talking wonder if an alliance is being formed between them, and do not know what comes of it and what they're talking about. Perhaps them working together would be better, but I do not know that it is possible for them to trust each other.
I think I understand, but it's sad.
In some ways, we are a far fallen city. I seek to raise it to glory again, to wealth and comfort, to once again be a shining beacon of hope and righteousness.
Who do you want to lead?
Sorry.
Who do you want to lead?
Roll an insight check.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ellie, if Ellie wants.
Sure.
Oh man, it rolled for forever and then it landed on a 2 plus 7 is 9.
Insight?
Mhm.
Is that
Can
wisdom?
I roll at advantage because we've known Journey
I'm-
for so long?
No.
I'm messaging you, Nemo.
Okay.
Man.
That's wisdom, right?
Yep.
That's an 18.
Okay, that's better than mine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have proficiency, so it's an 18.
Yeah. Arak, I will let you. You can message Ellie. You can message Claude.
Cool.
Message Ellie.
Message Ellie
Just go
directly.
in between, specifically Ellie.
Specifically Ellie.
Not Claude. Ellie.
Not Claude. Just
So
Ellie.
so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna figure out what Journey's answer is,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna message what Ellie sees through
Mhm.
that.
Good.
Ooh.
Because I don't know how. Because Journey would pause and would think about that,
Mhm.
and would
Yeah.
think about how to answer that. And he says, what he says is, the reason that part of the subculture of Rome is that many people, an increasing number, are making deals with demons of hell. And an undercurrent of all the political posturing is that hell is gaining a stronger foothold. That's part of the reason I made a deal, because very few of the factions observe that amidst their own power, hell is gaining power. I thought to gain some influence on it. If one of the factions had to lead, I would say it would be House Oriax, the house that I am indebted to. I think Oriax, especially the Duke, who's I'm looking at, hold on. Especially Duke Mockery is good at knowing the right move to make, and it is difficult. It is a difficulty between what you'd wish and what is realistic. If I had my druthers, I'd put my father on the throne, for he is a wise and intelligent man. Perhaps my mother, but she would probably be too distracted in the creation of her items and the carving of her runes. I didn't just leave Rome to get stronger. Sorry, is your... Yeah, there we go. And that's what Journey says.
Interesting.
All right.
I have messaged you.
Anything else for the? Or
I
I'll let
have
you
received it.
digest.
Nah, it's not much.
It's just a single little sentence.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it.
Tis a sentence. All right.
Or that's what you suspect.
I think I've seen that sentence.
Man, I'm so out of the loop.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry,
Even with my
Jess.
plus 7 insight.
You keep rolling so low.
I keep rolling
No.
so bad. Yeah. Except for that one time I got like a 23.
All right. Anything else for the evening, or shall we wrap it up?
Hmm. I don't think I had anything else.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right. So, on that note, of who would Journey want to lead in Rome, we will end for this evening, and we'll catch you next week. Good night, Twitch.
Good night.